The finger of importance points in your general direction, informing you of things, life, whatnot. Reseller news. Now.
Ladybug, aloha!
Aloha, Ladybug! A rare sighting indeed. Aloha, Ladybug. Thank you for gracing us. And also thank you for Carl, Dendicor Depot, Axe Monkey, Quirky Picker Chad, Ayo, Carl Olson, and the Lady Bug of the Hour. Thank you. Hey guys. Welcome.
Aloha, everyone.
Welcome to is this Wednesday yet? Show?
Breaking news.
That's what we call it.
Breaking news. You're actually early.
Yeah, breaking news. We're actually early because I literally.
Callie Devs,
I can't do everything I need to do today and ship everything. I gotta take a knee. Now what do? I gotta take a tape gun and tape more things together after this show. So
are you building the little wooden crates?
Yeah, I gotta do the crates.
Yeah.
So I mean, so endless, so crazy. My brain's exploding from sales. We are rich. Like Zuckerbergs and the Bezoses. I'm definitely looking for a razor so I can shave my head because I'm a billionaire now. You can't have hair if you're a billionaire. Well, I guess Elon has hair. Not sure.
No, he had hair implants, I think.
It's not even his hair.
Yeah.
Butt hair glued onto his head. You know, and I don't have a problem with that.
And cautiously optimistic, aloha,
Aloha.
And Biff and Callie Debs.
Biff
aloha,
is here watching from a
everyone.
cold November rain.
Mike Seller, aloha.
How's the lyric go?
In the cold
Everything comes to an end, even cold November rain, something like that. So if you just hold on long enough, you'll be fine. But it's nice. The whole West Coasterlies, the Las Vegas peoples and the West Coast have been enjoying some cool temperatures, like olden day fall temperatures, like 60s during the day.
Silver hair, aloha, howdy, aloha. We're actually in the
Mike Seller right there.
Yeah, I know. We were just talking about you, Mike, before we came on air, saying how you're.
I'm not gonna tell you what it was about.
You're a big Pokey fan, and Carla's a big Pokey fan.
Did you say?
Too.
You said the F. You started that. You said Carla's a big folky fan. So let's just get right into why we're awesome, and we're gonna be patting my back. Thank you.
We need a mechanical hand, you mean? Going,
yeah. We just like the dunker.
Oh wait, that's a big one, folks.
So anybody else? I see Dendicor in there at the beginning of the show, before the beginning of the show, saying, I put up the dynamic last Wednesday, and you have experienced sales. And ain't it so? Ain't it the so? I'll just quickly show you my number so you know I'm not lying. Because we had maybe over a $5,000 week on eBay. Not quite. But, I mean, with a couple other revenue streamages, over $5,000 a week for us. But check this out. It's nuts. It's crazy insane.
Paul, aloha.
What is this one? Okay, so this used to be our main store, and now we only sell a few things out of it, high-priced items.
Absolute finds, aloha.
And so this, look at the November 12th through November 18th. Well, no, I want to do it from last week too, because you're going to cut out some of my money. It looks better if you. Oh no, now I ruined it. Okay, now I have to go back. Son of a gun. Okay, don't look at this part. I got it. Because I was signed into 3 different accounts, and then I just unruined it. I de-thawed it, as my lovely spam likes to say. Yes, I de-thawed it, which means you froze it.
Right.
But what if I'm saying that? I just froze up my junk.
Thawed is when you are letting it melt.
I de-thawed it.
Amazon Seller 99, aloha. Happy Monday to you.
I'm all confused because I don't know what I'm doing.
You're showing sales.
Yeah,
Did you?
Thank you,
And you did say that Den Decor did Pokey. Oh, man.
Are you serious,
He has
folks?
2 1/4 treats left.
And we have to go to the store and get more. We always have to go to the store and get
Oh,
more.
and I just fed him a CBD one, right? That was his first one. As we were starting the show, I was hoping maybe it would put him to sleep so he wouldn't want more.
It doesn't put him to sleep, but it does make him not shake. Even though he's still anxious Chihuahua, he just does it without shaking. It's pretty cute. Okay, wait. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I had this all prepped. And you made me nervous.
Up
You
559.
took me in. You gave me breakfast. Hold on. I got it. I got to do custom. I got to do. So anyway, this is only to brag about our awesome sales. This isn't to put anybody down or anything. We just want to take a moment and roll around in like ketchup and our sales. So, okay, I'm back. We're going there here now. Okay, so this, which is exactly the same numbers. You see $25.95. What? That was one store for 1 week, $25.95. Then, check this out. This used to be our crap store, which is now our middle store. So that first store, we just put in art, high-end Mercedes parts, like high-end stuff with high tickets. And we actually sold something via auction last week, which was amazing. And
Thanks to me suggesting it.
we couldn't get, I couldn't get the number I wanted for it. And you're like, well, we have nothing to lose. Let's just put it on auction and put the starting number as the number you want. Happened to be a very
The lowest
desirable number.
Yeah.
Desirable item with a intriguing number for most collectors, but it was high. And with the
Oh, Mike Seller.
That's
Pokey says thank you.
Mommy. Mike sent you some treat money.
Isn't that
You
sweet?
say thank you, little tiny.
He is looking at you like, what are you talking about, Dad?
So that's what the bluey is. See the bluey? I know you're colorblind, but look at it anyway. So this
Pokey
was our
treats.
secondary store. So what do we sell in this store? We sold this air conditioning. That kind of led the way with the $490. But a little tiny car for a lot. Stupid Beanie Babies. No offense to anybody who loves Beanie Babies, but we never thought we would sell these.
Those were just in
Somehow they
a
sold.
huge box of
Can we find it on the side of the road?
free plush stuff on the side of the
Road
road.
Score. I hope somebody enjoys those. They were in good condition. They weren't gross or anything, but they were. I just didn't think we would ever sell them, and we did. These little things for a radio, these two little metal brackets sell for $30 a set.
Hey, John, WTF, lag.
Best sales of the year. Best sales
Question.
by
Hey guys,
far.
Mondays just aren't the same without your show. Oh,
Oh, thank you.
that's sweet. We were watching YouTube this morning.
So we're just talking. We were just going ahead and totally boasting about our insane, crazy sales from the past week since last Monday, and that's our middle store. This is our big store for 1 week, November 11th through November 18th,
So,
and then our small store, which is just media, still up week over week, 1.7. This is up 46% week over week, and then this one's up 1,000.
and I just want to add, and this is what we're
numbers.
experiencing right now is exactly what I
Should be
experienced
happening.
when I worked in brick and mortar retail, and the stuff that
Wait,
Saturday.
hold on. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Big sales guy. Big salesman. Who's got two thumbs and's got the big sales this week?
The stuff that
This guy.
would sit around, even in brick and mortar, it always sold this time of year for the holiday season.
So on our medium store, we have 5% dynamic, but with a 5% cap. Ever since I've done promoting, I don't think nobody told me this. I made this up out of the top of my head. I thought that promoting in the dynamic unit, using dynamic promotions and capping it, performed better than using just a fixed number.
So you're
simple
you're
advertising.
suggesting that if
I
you're
don't know if
gonna
it
do
means anything.
promoted listings,
Look at this Carl right there. Opus clip.
Mm-hmm. There he is. You're on our screen, Carl. We have the YouTube window open to you. So you're saying if you're gonna do promoted listings, use the dynamic and just set a lower cutoff if you don't want to go too high. It seems like that's what was getting.
Oh, I don't know.
Right,
I don't know what you just said. I have no idea.
You're saying if you're going to promote your listings, use the dynamic. Just use a lower.
And put the cap on it.
Oh, well, this is what you're noticing.
I don't even know if I noticed it. It's just what I've always done because I know I've done simple promoted listings. They've also changed it a million times since then, but I always use dynamic and put a cap. That's just the way I do.
Paul Rose. So Paul is saying, I'm so glad your sales are up. Hopefully I can get back into it
yes!
in a few weeks or so.
Sales master!
I cannot wait to see your path back into selling again on eBay. I really want to follow along just to see how it is for you.
By the way,
we
are rich. Yes, we are rich. It's true. We had the best week ever on eBay that anyone's ever had. No one's ever had a better week. Pretty much the money's all gone because we have been behind. So we used it to catch up on some stuff, which was, just nice going into the holidays, having less, just things floating over your head.
It's a relief being able to get caught up on stuff.
It was.
For sure.
Did we say hi to John? FAE John?
I did a quick hello.
We didn't do the official horny hello.
So I just want to touch more on den decor in the beginning.
I should always wear a cap. Yes, I do. I'm into caps. Maybe that's what it is.
Yes, yeah, right. Oh, so for you mean the bald thing or what?
Just in general, caps. I think caps are a good thing.
So the billionaires wear caps.
They do, and I don't think
to cover their bald
head. You know
head.
what? I have a big problem living in the Northeast. It's super bad. I do not like skull caps or
jovial.
Brain.
Aloha. Thank you. Thanks, jovial. You know what? I never look at our numbers.
We drove right out to the Mercedes dealership. I was walking the lot. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the one.
I never look at our numbers, and I especially don't now that we have 3 different stores, and then adding them up and everything. So,
but we knew we did
when
well.
He was saying that,
didn't know how well
we did about 5,000. I was just like, what? That's awesome.
I mean, I think that's our big gift. From eBay, they're like, oh, here you go. Here's one good week. You can have that right now. Now, the number of items is bonkers.
Finally, he's ready.
Bonkers, 30 items to ship out. It's bonkers. So, I don't know what's doing it. I think maybe it's just it's normal.
But guys,
normal.
we are selling stuff that has been just weird stuff like those little beanies we showed you. I mean, just crap that we found for free, and we're like, just throw it up on eBay.
Once we get to 7 stores, we'll get
game with the
perfect balance.
Weird celebrity deaths or whatever. I still
have to ship that.
So we have no money into this stuff, so we're not asking insanely high prices.
Hold on a minute. How many of these things do we find on the side of the road?
I know. I was just thinking
of these things we just sold. Several.
Yeah.
How is that even possible? Anyway, those are so on the media store. The media store was the one store that actually was down a little bit. I don't know why. No, actually, no. It says it was up 1.7. You want to look at it again? Everybody want to look at our awesome sales, or did we? Actually, I noticed the viewers is really low. I wonder if we scared everybody out with our awesome sales. You never get to brag. We never get to brag. Come on. But 1 week, if you could extrapolate that out, let's think. So if in 1 week it's $5,000, then over 4 weeks, that's $75,000. In a year, over $1 million. Thank you.
Corky Picker Chad was saying how disappointing. 4 days ago, he sold an item for $600 plus the shipping, and then 4 days later, after the buyer never paid, they got relisted. That was my highs and lows of the week.
Well, I can tell you, over this last week, we've had, over the past 2 weeks, which we've been enjoying great sales. This was just like we won this particular week, I feel, and I'm enjoying that. Yes, I will enjoying that. But we've been having more returns, and specifically had this one $260 item. It was purchased, it was returned. It was purchased, it was returned, and then the person bought something else and then returned it. And then returned it. There's one thing that's been returned 3 times now. The template, the like hubcap template painter.
Oh God, yeah, right.
And I have no idea why. It's a little painful, like a $260 refund. But you know, when you've got like a $5,000 sales week, you don't have to worry about that because you're rich.
But I just wanted to go back to.
Oh, Lag sold a single scanner for $5,200.
Nice, Lag. Come
Lag,
on
we just
now.
bought a single scanner for what's the one 5,000 with one more zero? It was like
52 or 50,000.
Yeah, with the financing, it was over 50 grand. I can't remember the brand. I didn't. It's not technical. It's not mine. It's just I'm saying.
So, did you say in the beginning? I keep trying to bring this up. Dendecor was saying that after last Wednesday's show,
yes,
Matt
that's when the
did
riches.
whatchamacallit?
I did sell something
listings.
at 18.
The promoted.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it.
What about it? What are you saying? I'm right there. What do you want to know?
The promoting the dynamic promoting.
Yeah. What about it?
Dendecor did it.
I know. I read that at the beginning of the show because that's what I'm basing my whole show on. Is how awesome doing dynamic is.
Well,
but if you uncap it, you're going to get even more sales.
I just want to add as well. Can you go big or go home?
Don't do it. Don't add. Do not add anything.
Dendecor did uncapped.
Are you adding things?
I just want to add that, remember, this time of year, we're all pushing to get as much listed on eBay as possible.
We're listing like crazy people.
So all of us are doing that.
That's why I'm saying
this is Q4.
We made the best sales happen because we are the super eBay salespeople of the century.
If you're ever going to promote...
we ate J-Ride's lunch.
If you're ever going to promote... This is probably the time to do it. For one, because you'll be selling so much extra stuff that you're not going to financially see a huge loss because of the promoted
out of our
percentage.
own bodies and crawl into Ebert's body. Okay, let's crawl into Ebert. And now I'm Ebert, right? So pretend I'm Ebert.
Candy L, aloha.
Aloha. So
wait.
What Ebert says, and I believe this, and anybody knows this for sure, that eBay wants to make the most money they can. So to me, looking at the situation that we have currently at eBay, they know Q4, they did something. I was watching somebody else's video. I can't remember. I should give him credit. Something rock CDs, flip something. I'm sorry. I'll figure it out later. But he was talking about how there was some changes in promoted listings that were kind of slipped through without anybody noticing. And one of the things he said had something to do with it 10 times some cost per click advertising, which we don't talk about at all because we never would use it. But for Q4, eBay has done some sort of super raising of the price of cost per click promotions. And then you tell yourself, well, it's Q4. This is where all the money is. This is where the most sales are. So they're gonna maybe make your advertising more effective right now. Again, totally making that up. Pulled that right out of my butt. But however, not gonna say but. However, it's something to think about. And
I just want to say that
I also think that you should also be really hard thinking about the sales conversion rate. That's it more than all those other numbers is the CR or the SCR sales conversion rate.
So like said the 7 stores is the magic number.
Yes.
But anyhow, Carl, so this is sort of interesting breaking
7, it's the magic number.
Information. Carl just removed the cap and got a sale in under 2 minutes. Cha-ching. On his dynamics. So.
Okay. Well, so dynamic is in our medium store, it's capped at 5%, which is, I listen to everybody talking online, and I know people do 2% and 3%. And I know there's some people that do 8% and 9%. And so I'm trying to find the happy medium without paying too much. And 5% does a great job. And almost, I don't want to even, like, it's kind of hard to keep. No, it's not hard to keep up with. What am I saying? But it's a lot of work. So shipping out the items, there's a lot of items. It generates a lot of items right now. So all that money that we generated was a lot of items. What was that noise?
Oh, me playing with the chair. Wait, what is Carl is just waiting to see if it's a PR/L or not. Oh, promoted.
Listing.
Oh, right. Because somebody said that they just. I'm sorry, it was somewhere.
Lag doesn't want J-Ride salad because it's probably.
They just started the PL, and of course their first sale was an organic one. So,
also, you know, I really have disconnected my brain from any of the eBay numbers and stuff emotionally. They don't trigger me unless it's a lot of money, and then I'm like fully triggered. But other than that, I don't really plug in a lot, but I do feel something.
Yeah, you're not looking at any of the
not at all.
Impressions, views, nothing anymore.
I do think it's still important to keep track of those things, but in general, I don't know. I hate to say it, but all we've done is pulled out. We've sourced much better items because we can, and when we could, we have, and also we have a bunch of really cool crap that seems to be selling for some reason now. Q4.
What is CPC?
What's the mystery? Click per
cost
per click.
Oh yeah, that's I've read and I know you hate when the boards, but I've read people that didn't realize they were signed up for it, and they were like, "Why do I owe eBay money?" And it's like, because you were enrolled in the cost per click.
Oh wait,
God,
it's dirty pay to play. That's so funny. I was totally just gonna say that it's a dirty trick kind of that cost per click. Now, Den Decor, it functionally is fine, you know, able to utilize it, but novice eBayers are using it thinking it's going to be beneficial, and they end up owing money on an item.
Oh, and that's true.
Usury.
It's the newbies.
That's totally usury.
The newbies, they just don't know any better, so they're like, "Oh, of course, why wouldn't?"
Buckeye Say Flips, welcome. Yeah. Good afternoon, and Absolute Finds too.
And Candy O was saying congrats on your A+ week. Probably a B- sales week here. Not complaining. I would be happy with a B- sales.
No, we're good with
also.
B- too.
Yeah.
Just somehow we got the keys to the lighthouse door. Stay away from the entrance with your back to the wall. I'm going to swallow the keys, and then I'm going to drink the gasoline and swallow a match, and I'm going to explode. And no one's ever going to get back in that lighthouse. It's always going to be shining on you. You can only do that trick once, sweetie. You're going to take over.
So, Carl, eBay live sale, it was a promoted sale. So as soon as he took the cap off from the dynamic promotions, he had a sale.
Yep.
What was the percentage, Carl?
I was talking about a little bit about, even though you start promoting, you get a whole bunch of sales that aren't promoted. One thing I would ask somebody, because I don't completely understand it, is if you are advertising some or most of your items in your store, and you come to that, if you go to that advertising page and you look at the sell-through rate on the advertising page, is that your sell-through rate? Is that your main sell-through rate now? Because the advertising is affecting both promoted and not promoted listings? Because that's at like 4 or 5% on our stores, which we don't usually see. So we usually see, I don't know, 2, 3, something like that. And so that has to be part of the equation why we're essentially superheroes.
Ooh, WTF just got an awesome sale. Nice. So Axe Monkey is saying she ran a 20% off sale this weekend, which was mediocre at best. So now she's like, okay, eBay, I give in. Here we go. Dynamic uncapped.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on what you sell, because I have had, I I can see it when I go into and I put the cap at 5%. It says items that I am listing are going to range from 4.5. The current going level is 4.5 to 12.5%. Why don't I just look at it?
Absolute Fine said I do dynamic 2 to 12%. Then the core said the average was 9 to 10%, but a few were, I think you're blocking, but I think he said up to 18%, 15 to 18.
It's much rarer to have those really high numbers. I can't remember if I saw them on records or something where there was like a lower final value fee. They sometimes have higher.
In this time of year, remember, it's more about volume. We're going to be selling more, so we're not going to really notice a huge financial, difference, I guess you could say, because you're going to be selling more. It's going to be the James, he's not the great reseller life anymore. It's going to be the James effect. It's going to be volume over,
Well, we've got both right now. We're having volume and, well, we don't sell anything for super cheap. Although, I mean, this weekend we sold some $20, how much were the Beanie Babies? $3.75. I don't think we've ever sold anything lower than that.
But they were free, and it's sort of like I literally thought to myself, if someone would pay for shipping, I would just send these to them.
Lick, fold, ship. So that's how long it took to pack them, and I felt pretty good about it.
Like, we aren't leaving anyone behind, because trust me, $5,000 weeks are not common for us.
Oh, we're serious people now. Now we made it to serious.
Did you read? You probably did. Sorry, when you said hi to Buckeye.
I read everything. No, I did not.
So Buckeye turned on dynamic with a cap of 13, and sales have gone up 5 times last week.
Dude, they've got this thing figured out. This promoted listing thing right now, they've got it figured out. And without taking into account what everybody's selling, because that's always going to be a big sticking point. But right now, pay to play is working, I got to say.
And Carl was saying that normally he does promoted listings at 2 and 5%. But the item he just sold when he uncapped
was at 7.
Was at 7%.
And that's it. Because this is the hot time of the year. So people are going to they're going to be bumping up their level. So everyone give it a thought. Give it a thought. Maybe go into dynamic. Maybe take off the cap if you can afford it. Do your numbers.
But again, remember, it should end up resulting in hopefully more quantities.
More things selling at the same time. So, for instance, this sounds crazy, but I wake up in the morning and I want to ship out one item for $1,000 every day. That's not what's going to happen. But I also know, I know how much my stuff is worth. So if I sit there calculating it as I'm shipping, I don't like that. So ultimately, it's not even about what you're shipping. I blank out. I just go blank. And I look at the number that I'm shipping out. Like today, I'm shipping out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. That's what impresses me. So whether or not I sell another thing that I think I should get $130 for, but I sell it for $90, well, guess what? Oh, and 10% or 8%. Well, actually 5%. Sorry, that's the highest we do on non-media items. It adds to that big. I don't know why I'm even saying this. It adds to that big number. So now instead of having $380 to send to my bank account, I got $470. Did I do the math right? I think I did. So I'm just looking at the gobs of money now as opposed to the items that I'm selling. Which I think that makes me a serious eBayer too.
Candy O was also saying
we're only going to be serious for like 1 week though.
I know. Was mentioning that the PPP Profit Playbook podcast.
That Ebert show was on, even better than the first.
And John was a little bit earlier in the chat just said, make sure to watch it if you haven't. It's really good.
Yes, everybody. I really think that these are the this is the good stuff. It's some good stuff.
And as Candy O said, that he was touching on questions that people had asked that saw his first interview with the PPP, and the questions that came up between then and the latest episode.
Yes.
And so so they were more relative, or they related more to some of us that are not selling,
and also
replenishable,
it made it clear
stuff.
He really made it clear that eBay just wanted to be Amazon last year or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever. They wanted to be Amazon, and they wanted to be front row and center with fashion and stuff. And since then, they have returned to their core business of junk sales by junk people,
and
like us. Thank you.
Poo-poo platter.
On Facebook, I am seeing all the sponsored ads from eBay are all about collectibles.
Collectibles now.
Every single
They've
thing.
definitely pivoted
and it's
back
different people's
thanks
listings.
to those of us with collectibles.
It's not like a commercial about collectibles. It's actually, it has listings, and you can scroll, to the left, and you can click on it.
Scroll to the right too.
It will bring you to the listing.
That's crazy.
But again, those are all algorithms, and Facebook is feeding me what they think I want to see. So,
and Dendicor, I'm just seeing you say that your page views have tripled and your impressions are up 1.5%. Now I'm not looking at that at all. So if I looked at that, then I would start to just try to calculate. Also, Ebert said, you don't want empty impressions and etc. And that also blows my brain out of my head. So I really just am finding that sweet spot and just running with it. Like really just finding, something. We've tuned in a little bit right now, but I don't know if it's just us or if it's us and
season.
The environment and the season. And I think it is. So you got to take advantage of it. You got to take advantage of it. I don't think we could ever technically be serious people, Paul, so don't worry because
Doug and Roe, aloha.
We're missing parts of our brain.
Jenna,
Never
aloha.
returns. I don't think we'll ever be too serious. I think that part's missing. Thank you. But it is nice to it definitely is nice to have that surprise calculation that I can brag about today.
And Axe Monkey was saying, I love that eBay is telling her that I've launched my first campaign. Wrong, eBay. And all the errors this weekend, plus the app acting goofy. I'm stepping up eBay. You should too.
Stuff was a little goofy this week. Lots of blanking out and
I was reading that people weren't able to search by lowest price.
There was a
lot
of
I was like,
goofiness.
ooh, that would be great.
But I don't care because we're rich.
And I was
thank you, eBay. I'm an eBay apologist this week because they're the greatest. I apologize for eBay.
Oh.
I don't even know what that means. No, I mean I'm just so happy. Can't you tell?
Yes.
Remember how I was tweedling? I was tip tapping.
Yeah, you were like Jiminy Cricket.
I was like freaking Jiminy Cricket.
So, Major Win just
did you say hi to Jenna? Yes, you did, but I'm going to say hi.
Yes, renewed their membership. Thank you, Major Win.
Oh, nice. We don't have any new. Everyone's just lame blue shirts. We ran out of shirts. We're at the peak of shirts.
We need to create more.
Oh, we got to do more. So much to do. This YouTubery stuff is hard.
So
hard.
And then they were talking about
what? That's the 8 months?
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
What?
8 months. That is so great.
eBay support animal care. That is so cute. Thank you. You can't heart that thing.
Thank you so much, Doug and Roe. We appreciate you so much.
Yes, you are the awesomes.
Yeah.
Did we just come up with a new name for you?
The awesome.
Stay perky.
Lag is a serious person. We can tell Lag.
Yeah, Lag is. Lag is just gotta. You just get the hat for right now.
So in the
you don't want to move too fast. You could catch on fire. Lag.
So you were watching the eBay winter seller thing, right?
What happened?
The eBay winter seller thing.
I watched
and
a couple
they're talking more about that AI.
So boring.
And supposedly they are
So great.
rolling it out to all categories. The auto listing thing sort of like lists perfectly.
What I heard was that it's only available for cards, and they're rolling it out to clothing.
Right.
That's it.
But
Not all categories.
they said eventually, yes,
Well,
all
of course.
categories.
Like, I'll be dead by then.
But I was reading on value added resource, I think, that the AI for the clothing, it really does nothing. It will like identify that it's a pair of pants or something, but that's about it. It will select the category, but it won't do a title. You still have to fill in every
List Perfectly's thing was better than that a few months back. So.
Well, in
July.
eBay, when I look at their background removal tool, it's nowhere near like Photo Room.
It is Photo Room.
And it does not work like Photo Room.
They probably make another product to lease out to companies.
And
it's
I'm
not
just
as
thinking,
good,
eBay, why can't you just have
Photo
the
Room?
good quality, the background removal like Photo Room or
because they don't want to pay licensing fees forever.
the AI listing like lists perfectly. Like, why can't they have a team that is developing?
They
the
reverse
best
engineer
possible thing?
probably. They probably do reverse engineer Photo Room, but they can't get it right because it's eBay.
Mm-mm.
I'm guessing because eBay is not they're really just trying to make money for investors. So, as little as they can do to serve us so that we feel like we're not being pooched.
Yeah, Paul was saying.
Look at Lag's shirt. Lag got a shirt.
Silver Hero. LOL, Doug and Rose support Pokey, but not Primo and Spam.
That's true. No, we're rich. We're rich over here. We sent the dog outside. We're rich. You go outside now because we're so rich.
Go sniff some scat somewhere.
Go sniff some scat and get some ticks. Every time he goes outside, he comes back with a tick trying to climb into his head. They're always trying to get into his head. It's weird.
He still has a bump on his ear, and we got that tick out before it even got fully engorged, filled with blood. The head was still attached, and we got the tick out.
Head still attached,
and he still has a bump on his ear.
What a
from
story!
it.
What a story!
Mm-hmm.
Riveted.
Paul was saying I'd never use the eBay AI. I don't trust it.
No.
Well,
if their description, their AI
is
tool
is
any sign of how good their AI tool, they're at least 30 years behind in AI, which would be like
every single
1985.
description says this will make a great addition
for your
to any collector's. It's just like, oh wow, yeah.
I don't think
that
it's
person
actually
used it.
AI. It's definitely a squirrel cage where they're just there's like balls floating around like a bingo sort of, and it just generates random balls that make an order.
I wonder if it only says that if you select like
words.
collectibles. It always uses the add this to your collection if it's if you use the collectible category. Candy O says I pulled a Primo this week on a pair of Pradas listed at $189, got an offer for $150, and before sending a counter offer, checked the comps, couldn't accept their offer quick enough. Ego check.
Yeah. No, it is. It's what it is just is coming to terms with the fact that everything has changed and changing and is going to change even more. And that's it. That's why I apologize for eBay, because I can go to Costco this weekend. Guess what is happening this week? That's right. Well, you don't have to. We're going to Costco. Thank you.
Like knows a guy that hangs out behind 7-Eleven that will remove your backgrounds for cheap. He removed my shadow by mistake. Communication error. AO says,
so now you don't have a shadow anymore?
AO's at the point of hanging out outside of 7-Eleven and begging for some loose change.
Oh, no. I mean, what the? Just go. Well, everybody.
Ryan, aloha.
Where have you been, Ryan?
He has returned. WTF is convinced that a trained monkey writes the AI descriptions. Seriously.
Trained? They just go to the zoo and just like throw your poop at the words, and then those words show up in your AI description. They're not even trained.
Carl is saying, I think once they sort out the mechanics of it, it will be very important. They have added it for their own purpose at the end of the day, and it will pull from it for placement better in the future.
Oh, crap. Let me tell you. Okay, secrets.
What?
Wait, no, that's not the right one. Secret time. Okay, so I am running an experiment. This is a bit, I'm not going to say it's devious, but this is something I always wanted to know.
Wait, I don't know about this. What is it?
So I'm running I'm running an experiment. There's no reason to do this. I need to have a lot of prefaces on this. There's no reason to ever do this except for the real reason why you want to do this. I'm just testing it right now to see if it's actually true. So if I have one day shipping, but for whatever reason, I need 3 days to ship it. Like in this particular case, I needed to get some plywood. So I contact the person, or maybe I don't contact the person, but particularly I contacted the person, and they're fine. They're like totally cool. I put in the notes. This is the devious part. I put in the notes where you can add notes to that item. Customer asked to send on today, Monday. Technically, did the customer ask? I mean, I told him I was going to.
Can the customer see that note?
No, customer can't see that. I mean, eBay could, though. And the reason why I want to know if this is working is because I kind of already know it is, in that we've had legitimate items that people have asked us to not ship for 2 weeks. So I print out the label on the day I'm supposed to, that day, if it's same day shipping or the next day. Print the label and I put it up on a shelf, and I put in the notes, customer asked me to ship, that date 2 weeks in the future. And I didn't have, it got removed from my, it did show up in my demerits for shipping. What do you call those?
Dings or
the dings, whatever. But it did not, it came off automatically. I didn't ask for it to come off. Nothing happened. So I'm testing to see if AI is reading those notes and applying the appropriate action, because it's magical.
But in the other cases, there was actual message from the buyer saying, please hold and ship X date.
Yeah, I could be.
Yeah, I guess you'll see.
I'm testing it. I'm a professor. Thank you.
So Mike, hey, Glenn's Gauntlet, aloha.
Glenn's Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Aloha.
Glenn's Gauntlet is saying, I guess
Defects.
It's time to use dynamic. Thank you. I'll give it a shot. Thanks for your insight. Appreciate you guys. Oh, thanks. Well, we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And I'm not saying, I guess if you're
thanks, Ro. Yes, defects.
I think it's super duper important to turn your brain off sometimes, especially when thinking about eBay and trying the things. Don't just try things once, maybe, but if you keep rotating some of the tricks throughout your processes to see if they are working now or something. And I'm not saying that promoted listings always work. They seem to be like extra active right now. They seem to be really.
Tis the season. Well, right.
Yeah. I buy that for $1.
And I think it might be really important for sellers that are selling like unique items. So we don't really know. There's not a lot of history. There's not a ton of data showing sell-through rates. Like Ebert, you remember when his first appearance on PPP, all of his suggestions were based on his replenishable stock, barcoded stuff. And I just got distracted.
That's okay. Ladybug's saying that she's going to try some dynamic too. And you're definitely going to notice something happen. And I can just say that.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. And he was saying, though, because his stuff has a high sell-through rate item, and he was talking about not everything needs to be promoted, because then you are bringing people to your item and you're not having a conversion of it. It's just, empty impressions. But he did do on his own show a video on the like one-off items, unique items. And then on PPP last Saturday, he did talk more about stuff like that because most of us are, in our little group here.
Well, I think we actually cover a spectrum for sure because
We do,
John
yeah.
is pallets, return
Yeah,
pallets.
he is.
We're
but
collectibles
it's-
that we've had for 25 years, and I think there's like that's part of the spectrum. That's pretty much. And then some people are just clothing sellers, and we don't even sell a piece of clothing. Well, we do.
Like loves the shirts. So wait,
So
Mike.
it's just automatically. So I wonder if he has it pinned. Do you make a little app so you can just pin that shirt to every one of your comments, or do you have to manually pin it?
And sunlight hurts because of the 7-Eleven person taking away his shadow. Yeah, Ryan was saying there's no way he could do 1-day shipping, and it's not possible. And for people that
Well, you can.
have a huge volume of stuff, that
miserable.
would be hard.
Well, for Christmas, I turned everything that was same day shipping to 1-day shipping. So.
Yeah. And Mike was saying that he's been using the eBay AI on his new listings, and it seems to get better.
Are you
Not perfect, but not completely off
dreaming?
either.
Am I dreaming?
Yeah, Den Decor, it's low 50s here today. It's actually nice. Went outside and I was like, oh, wow, I don't really even need a
Primo,
coat.
Spam, and
Oh, wait, lots of stuff is on
Pokey-Too.
fire there.
Wait, where are you? And where are you?
He's in the Northeast PA.
Oh, well, that's by New Jersey, which is also on fire. Well, last week it was on fire, and it smelled bad here one day. That's what we had to deal with. Thank you.
And Glenn's Gauntlet was saying, timing is everything, move with the waves. Jovio,
Yeah.
would you be so kind as to
Strike
give
while
me
the
some,
iron's hot.
give me some insight to suggested keywords to improve my sales, please? Throw your poop at the words.
Just, yes. Well, you got to get some untrained monkeys to throw people your words.
Oh my God, Paul, yeah. But does anyone else think
Yes.
of Bert and Ernie when you hear Ebert? Yes.
Well, I think of Siskel and Ebert, and then
Yes, like we are
Bert.
AI.
Mhm. We are AI. But see, AI is just regular.
Can you
now.
tell?
It's the regular.
I have extra fingers.
Oh yeah, remember the? Watch this. Well, see, you look at my hand, and then watch as I slowly move it.
Whoa.
Oh, AI for sure. Look out. I got a cloven hoof.
We know you're AI.
You are.
Absolute fine. So I have all my processes in place that are working except sourcing. I cannot get a grip on it. Seems like a constant struggle. I don't know if that's common or normal for everyone. Well, Josh,
our
Josh
thing
Gall-
is all about is fracking the horde. So we have like an insane load of stuff. But you're right. Just I know what you're gonna say. So
yeah, Josh Gall did a live today. If you didn't see it, it was like a hour and a half before us, and that was one of the things he was talking about. Is it's different
just
now.
things have changed, and it may very well be that yes, you can go to the store. Some people can do it, but can a lot of people use the common sourcing places like the thrift store because they're taking some of the value out of the stuff. They're not just sending everything to the thrift store. If they can make more money on it, they're not even letting you have it anymore. So that's a huge change to thrift stores that we never had growing up, or growing up as eBay sellers. I used to just go to the store and just back the car up and just shovel all kinds of collectibles in the back. I mean, that's how it used to be. But that's gone now.
And, all of the advances in technology has made it extremely easy for these stores' employees to just quickly
More people to
check the value of something. So it is, I feel going to garage sales and buying from the actual people that own the stuff is
it's better if you have that
than going to the thrift store where those people end up donating their stuff. But yard sales are, especially up here in the Northeast, are you only have 3 months of
the Axe Monkey is saying it's very broad. It's very broad what that means, but Axe Monkey says my sourcing was difficult until I made a couple of relationships with bulk sellers, got more than I can handle, and it's all good stuff, and that's it. So This is something I've said before, and it's something I think is very valuable to remember. Because of the changes, and because time marches on, and the wave of things, reselling has changed multiple times. There are many more people who have, over the past 20 years, gathered up all the crap from the thrift stores and have a hoard, a big hoard. As opposed to finding new people to donate their stuff to the thrift stores, people have already found it all over the past 20 years and piled it up. You need to go find them. That's how you do this job. There's plenty of people out there who have huge hoards who don't do the internet.
Our generation and older.
And older. I mean, our generation's pretty, but not always.
Baby boomers. But our generation is so into collectibles.
We're into collectibles, and not all of our generation
and
is
we're starting to get older and thinking about,
or they get annoyed
I gotta get rid of this stuff.
Yes. You know, like we have a friend, Phil, who's very computer savvy. I mean, he's like actually computer savvy and was an eBayer 10 years ago. He's like, I don't want to do eBay ever again. I will not do eBay. It's too complicated. I don't like it. Buy all my stuff for super cheap. And then that's how you get too much stuff. Thank you.
So, and everyone, you know, just, I want to read what Den Decor is saying. And
everyone, Den Decor is speaking.
And he's saying, that's what she said. I just had to say that. We have not said that in so long. And that was totally out of context. Had nothing to do with anything I'm about to read or
Patricia's
say.
not here. And Patricia
But I was just thinking of our old school us. We used to say that all the time.
I know.
We used to do way more sound effects, which
Go ahead.
this is for Ro.
Flippin' ain't easy.
High five,
Stay perky.
There you go. That's for Ro. Oh wait, no, I want to end it on a good note.
I'm Mr. Beefy. Look at me.
There we go.
Wow, that was
So
great.
anyhow, Den Decor was saying, I hate to say
Hope
it.
everybody feels better now.
I feel better now. I hate to say it, but if you're not selling and you're not dynamic promoting, you're likely not going to sell. I tried everything for 2 months to avoid it, but the field is set.
It's true. Well, and that's what they, you know, whether they took 2 years to fully implement it, whatever it is, that's it. Some people figured it out much earlier. You know, we took a while to figure it. I mean, we tested all kinds of things, and it's just it. It's pay to play. It is pay to play. I mean, it is. Now, with that said, of course, we have the 3 stores. One of our stores has no promotions on it, and it had the biggest day. It's, you know, that we had $2,600 in sales this last week, but everything in that store is bomb diggity dom. Like, everybody wants it. It's like you know, what's his name? David Lee Roth. Everybody wants some.
So Big Dre, aloha.
Big Dre.
So yeah, this has to be frustrating for you. Sold 2 items on eBay over the weekend and 1 shirt on Poshmark today, week sales. So in the groups I'm in for eBay, I am seeing nonstop people saying that eBay is so underperforming compared to all the other platforms that they're selling on. eBay is always at the bottom.
You know, and Lag says I don't promote at all, and I mean, so if you guys look at, hold on, let's go back to our awesome store. I'm so proud of our store. Look at this stuff. Look at all this money. So if you look at this right here, $1,641, that's on our medium store, our middle store for this last week. And you can see the stuff that's selling. Now, if I did not promote the Ty Jingle Beanies, Rudy Jingly, Melton the reindeer, that never would have sold.
I know. I thought that would never sell.
But it wouldn't have. This Techno 929 little car totally would have sold without. but I also wanted velocity. So I'm willing to give up 5% of my sales for I need to sell it more quickly. So I'm also using it for that. So, yes, you did. And so that's and then it comes down to, do you really want to figure out
Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
which one of your items that you should promote over ones that you don't, when all the items are kind of a lot of the items in here are cheaper. Now these Mercedes left and right, that sell for this much money, you don't have to promote them. People need them and will pay for them. However, I think it's much easier and not a big drain on my brain to think about it, and so I just promote the entire store at that dynamic level.
So
does that mean eBay, because they got a cut off of that $490 Pagoda Frigi King AC, that now they're sending more traffic? Yes, because our our sales conversion rate went up to like 4.0 or 5 or something. Let me look. Let me see where that is.
And people are commenting on sourcing.
Yeah, source me.
And it was this year is when we really started getting back out there and going to the thrift stores. And for me personally,
we got thousands of dollars in Halloween masks because we're also so great.
No, I'm talking about thrift stores in particular.
God,
and for me, I found it to be
a mask.
Very disappointing.
Yeah, it's
the thrift stores are very disappointing.
No. Where we found $1,000. Tell them where we found $1,000 Halloween mask by
Ben Cooper.
No, Don Post.
I mean, Don. Who the heck is Ben Cooper?
Is clothing.
No,
like work clothes.
Oh,
Ben Cooper.
What?
Has a monkey on
That
the
is
back.
weird that my brain just came up with Ben Cooper.
No, it's totally normal.
What
for
are those
your brain.
plastic little
Trust
70s masks? Those are something Cooper, right?
Ben Cooper.
Yeah, that's where I got.
What did you say before?
Ben Cooper.
So what's the monkey clothes?
Ted and Alice?
No, Ben Cooper's the monkey on the back of the work clothes, right?
But everyone that watches us already knows that we got that $1,000
No, they don't. Remind them.
Garage sale.
Remind them. They need to be reminded about how great we were.
And we got the Scream mask.
The original. Well, it was the original second year or something, right?
Right.
So it was only worth like $190 instead of $500 or $600, but it was still just a mask, and we got it like right down the street, and it was because we went out on purpose and thrifted every Friday and Saturday. And Fridays you get the best stuff because
Ben Davis. Biff said Ben Davis.
Thank you very much, Ben Davis. And Ben Cooper is the mask guy. Ben Cooper and Collegeville. And some other thing.
Candy O was asking how your Halle Berry experiment was going, and then was saying that something about, I guess she must have hairy armpits or something. I don't know.
So do I. So we're a match.
Yeah, that's what Candy O was saying, that you guys are on the same path in that respect. WTF, have you ever thought about using sound effects? No, never.
How dare
What's
you?
going on, fellow humans and resellers?
I hope James, by the way, he hasn't come in here today, probably because he's been so Pee-wee oriented, but I hope he's doing okay, because Pee-wee had a rough week or so, and I think he's back in the house. I think so.
And Glenn's Gauntlet was just saying, yeah, sourcing is the hardest part. It takes so much. If you're thrifting or doing garage sales, it's source, list, repeat. There's stuff out there. You just got to be consistent sourcing, and you will find it.
You will, and it's always the trick is to meet the people that do it too, so that, I don't know, I can't tell you how many times you're just sitting there talking to somebody, you're waiting in line for the store to open, and you talk about how he's got all this crap he needs to get rid of, and you're like, wait, that's the kind of crap I like. That's my crap. And then you're like, oh, I have all this crap. You got your peanut butter, my chocolate, your chocolate, my peanut butter, that kind of thing. It happens all the time.
Axe Monkey was saying how it's always so tempting to just be like at the donation part of like Goodwill, like, I'll take your stuff. Here's $20 for it. I know.
Have we ever done that?
No,
oh, yes.
But I've sat in line going, oh my God, I would totally pay that person.
Do you remember?
For that.
So back, electronic recycling wasn't a big deal, and then all of a sudden it was. And I was, I helped a person set up that business in a roundabout kind of a way. But he is an electronic recycler, and he sends stuff to Mexico and actually runs the whole program soup to nuts. So he gets the stuff here in Vermont, moves it down to Massachusetts. They take off some parts. They move it to Mexico. They take everything apart, and he's responsible for everything. So nothing goes into the world, whatever. He had at our local dump drop-off places a couple of electronic drop-off days where people who had apparently been stockpiling their stuff for years, there was miles long roads going to the regular solid waste drop-off locations, and they were taking electronics. So my friend and I just parked our car, and we just started going up and down the line of cars that was a mile or more long, and we were taking out hundreds of dollars of equipment and Macintosh.
You're like, don't wait in line. We'll take it for you.
We got shut down, but not before we grabbed a whole bunch of crap. So yeah, we have definitely robbed the. I mean, it wasn't a like fund. It wasn't like Goodwill or anything. It was a for-profit business. So we stole from him. He was my friend. Thank you.
Paul is saying nobody wants David Lee Roth anymore. Check out his Vegas shows from a few years ago.
No, if he doesn't have David Lee Roth died to me when he didn't have any hair. You can't do that.
And he was saying, unless there's a market for squirrels, there's no sourcing around these parts. Oh, that's a bummer.
There's plenty of squirrels though.
Well, you have
see
so
now.
much stuff,
See,
so
Josh was
good.
saying you got to find the need, find the pain point of your customer. Look, figure out how to jam squirrels for money. Like get some squirrels, send them around.
It is super dark right now.
The world's ending.
How many items could a
Santa.
promotion promote if a promoter was to
Santa.
promote?
How many promotes
That's
could
the
a
riddle.
woodchuck promote if a promote could promote promotion?
This one or this one? What if I like soup but not nuts?
It's not. It's both.
And
They go together.
Ryan was saying, yeah, thrift stores aren't thrift anymore in 99% of the cases. My mother goes to a thrift way out in the Ozarks where they live. It's like $1 a trash bag on Wednesdays. She's been selling on Mercari. Nice.
Now, I will say that one thing that's always so there's the level up too. Now this is a big one, but you have to do it sometimes. You have to level up.
I'm gonna buy some tags.
I mean, seriously, instead of spending $2 on something, you might have to spend $10 on something and just level your whole program up. So now you're spending $10 on items instead of $2. Of course, those items should be better. And
so WTF, where are you getting all your stuff?
And I'm just thinking that in general, when I go into a thrift store now, I'll do a spin around the whole thrift store just to look and see if there's something. Maybe I want it. I don't know. It's like I'm not necessarily looking for resale, but where I go is to the cool part up in front in the glass cases where they've already picked a couple things and they've jacked up the price on them.
And then they have the little designer rack.
And they have their designer rack. Go there because still you might have to pay more for it, but the value of it is then considerably more. I mean, sometimes that works. You have to be super picky and really check your prices, but I'm really always surprised when people walk up to here's an item that will sell for $1,000, but they won't pay $500 for it. I'm always surprised by that because it's one move and you get $500, but I get it because it's a lot to put down and have wrapped up into an item, but always consider those comeuppances because those are how you make the moves and you really get some cash. Am I right? We got to go. We got to go because we have so much
did
to
I
do.
yawn? I'm sorry. I was just thinking.
You and your yawn.
I'm sorry. I'm yawning and picking my nose, all those good things. Yes, Jovia, I'm going to pop some tags. That's what's his name. When that song first came out, it was our second time going to Brimfield in Massachusetts.
Well, it was your second time, but I had been there because remember you had a real job and I used to go do stuff.
Real job.
I'm calling the police. You're mean to me. Michael Moore.
Okay, so
Say something.
WTF was saying I mainly find my stuff on eBay and in auction houses, 70% on eBay. And that is, yeah, that's what you were saying on Josh's show today, right? That you do a lot of sourcing on eBay.
Lag will do 525, but not a dime lower.
Y'all on train, yeah.
But we did at the beginning. Oh, weird. We gotta go. Is what I'm trying to say because because this weekend was so great. I still have to package things before the end of the day. I can't let things not get. In fact,
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
we'll be there probably.
I'm looking for a come up.
This is
Now, walk into the club like, what up? I got a big pack. I'm just pumped. I bought some shit from a thrift shop.
That's you. We can't play that. It'll be.
Candy-O, curious, if tips will no longer be taxed, can I designate my $10 widget as $1 for the widget and $9 for a tip? eBay will still get their full cut, but maybe not the IRS. But your state will probably still tax you.
Yes. The state.
Like here in Vermont, even though the federal limit was is $600 or more for 1099s, in Vermont, it's any amount. So, which technically, I guess anyone, if you're earning money, no matter how
I
little
totally
it is.
forgot how many cuss words there were in there.
No kidding. I know. That's not the
Bleep.
Yeah, that's not the
That's
radio
the wholesome
version.
Macklemore we used to know. But
So-
that wasn't that a great time? So we had
It was so fun.
that song was out. It was also Suit
we are
and
going,
Tie.
Carl. We are.
Suit and Tie by what's his name? Backstreet Boy.
Oh, and Daft Punk.
Daft Punk was out with
Yeah.
the Get Lucky.
Yes.
And we were at that moment. See why you like that so much is because we had all the money. We had just sold the $10,000 chair, and we were going to Brimfield.
And we had the van.
We had a van.
Yeah.
Like a conversion
To load
van
up
with dark
stuff in it.
windows.
Yeah. Dark windows.
Yeah, we could load up, stuff, people, what have you. Nothing weird. Nothing weird happening here. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go for sure. Yes, keep it disco today. Oh, keep it disco. There it is. Okay, we got. The man has sent the music.
Hey, everyone. So Biff just provided the link for disco.
There we go. Oh, this is just a gentle ballad to ease into the afternoon. It's 2:06 p.m.
Like,
on the
I'm
East
sure you've been in
Coast.
more than one of those
Welcome
bands.
to KPR.
WTF does not like Daft Punk. Callie Debs, aloha to you. Aloha to everyone. Thank you so much for being here. As always, we really appreciate you.
It feels like I need to take a nap with this song. But,
And with the lighting right now, what the heck happened? The world
that's
is
some good
closing
stuff.
in
Richie
on us.
Havens. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna go. Thank you so
Carla,
much. And
Mike Seller, thank you for Pokey Streets. He said thank you. Doug and Road, thanks for renewing your membership. Everyone, thank you.
have a good
Mahalo.
afternoon. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye. Bye.
With a quiet storm to start.
Yeah, I think so.
It is so dark too.
It is.
Should we just turn off these lights and we can kind of like be all lights out? We're all lights out vibe. That's not even bad.
It's almost better.
You don't look as red and blown out.
Yeah, it does not look anywhere near as dark as it really is.
Okay, night, guys. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Ryan's been here for 7 months.
7 months.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Doug and
Thank
Row
you,
are 8 months.
everybody
Yeah.
who comes out and hangs out with us on Monday and Wednesday. There's actually going to be, we're going to say this at the end where nobody waits here and they're all gone already. But we are going to, there is something new is on the horizon, but there's too much work to do. So we don't know when we're going to be able to do it. But it's going to come. It's going to happen. We're going to do it. That's right.
Huh.
Primo Kimo. Yeah, that's right.
Kona Ale.
Nice. Kona Ale is good. Yes, Kona Brewing Company is in Hawaii. Okay, we really have to go.
Ouch. Aloha, everyone.
You're so crazy. You're so crazy.
Have a great week tonight, FAE.
FAE
Take it
tonight.
easy.
Anything else we should? we should go and not just waste all
Okay,
this
you
time.
guys. Aloha. Thanks again.